What's up YouTube? It's me, Smart DJ here, and we're back to another video on the channel, and welcome back to some more Ultimate Custom Night content on the channel, because, you know, we keep coming back to the Endless Purgatory over 7 years now at this point. But, yes, welcome back, you know, to another UCN video that isn't the mod collection. This is, you know, a regular UCN video that I'm making. But, yes. Before we delve into what we're doing today, I just want to make a quick little announcement at the start of this video. I just want to say, I know that video-wise, for like the last few major uploads, it does look like there has been a lot of FNAF videos going out, even if, you know, whether they're a fan game, modded, McFarlane Lego, Minecraft, but I am working on some other, you know, videos in the works too that aren't strictly FNAF, but, you know, some of our non-FNAF games, even non-FNAF media, usually are either taking a lot longer to cook and make, you know, edit and all that, and just either that or they're being streamed. So, you know, there is that side of things. But I just want to like mention that just because it looks like there's been a lot of FNAF for like the last couple of weeks doesn't mean, you know, we're purely shifting to FNAF. But yeah, anyway, speaking of that out of the way, let's just look at the UCN playlist again real quick, because we are back, and I always show the playlist off when we're doing a video. I just want to get a other little like statement out of the way. But again, over 7 years of UCN stuff, from vanilla to the early modded videos, and, you know, all the other random showcases and challenges, and, you know, coming back to increase our high score and replay the challenges in a bunch of different ways, and, you know, again, the mod collection, which is something separate. But yeah, so it has been a bit, but, you know, I also wanted to mention one other thing. I know it's nearly been a year since I did the cover that UCN mod of the, I think it was UCN Extended, and I know I said, oh, if the video reached the like goal, I would come back for a part 2, and I think the video did reach the like goal, and I haven't come back for a part 2 yet, but obviously I've been busy with other things, so maybe I'll try and come back to that at another point. There was also all the UCN content that was releasing in June, and I kind of was like, oh, we did a lot of UCN, so I put UCN on the back burner for a good bit, so, you know, that's another reason. But besides that, let's get to what we're actually here for. I know I've yapped enough for this intro. So I was browsing Game Jolt a little bit ago, here and there, last couple months, getting, you know, finding some fan games for Fan Game Friday or other one-off content and whatnot, and I stumbled across one mod that led to finding these three. That a creator has made 3 UCN mods that caught my attention, so we're gonna be doing a challenge / showcase review of them all, and it's quite the interesting bunch. We have Withered Freddy, we have Flumpty, and we have Sun and Moon from Security Breach. So it is all very interesting, and yeah, obviously, you know, I've covered my wide variety of UCN mods on the channel, and, you know, there are still plenty out there that I haven't played, but, you know, there are always the bunch of, you know, Security Breach-based ones, and, you know, fan game ones like Flumpty, and, you know, adding in the characters like Withered Freddy and UCN. So we've seen some of these before in a sense, but, you know, today we're going to check out these 3 by WineMods. So here's this look at the Withered Freddy page. You know, there are 2 versions, but I think I have version 2. And then there's Flumpty, which is over Trash in the Gang, and we'll look at that. But yeah, Flumpty is here. And then we have Sun and Moon, which is very interesting. And they have a mod pack, but you can also download them separately, which I do kind of like. Because I feel like sometimes mod creators sometimes do make the mod packs, and then that's all you get. And if you want to use just one of the mods, well, you're at the will of Texmod at that point. If you just want to use one of those mods. So, you know, it is what it is sometimes. But with that being said, let's go over here to Texmod, load it up, get these few mods loaded, and check them out. Because I think I briefly tested them when I downloaded them, but it has been a couple months since I tested and downloaded them. So we're going to be hopping into this pretty much semi-blind, and we're just going to see what these mods have to bring to the table. Now, I did download all of the mods, but we obviously aren't running all of them. But, so there's technically 5 mods total, but just 2 of them are separate. So we have Flumpty Bumpty, which replaces Trash in the Gang. We have Sun Moon, replaces Toy Chica with Moon, and Toy Bonnie with Sun. And Withered Freddy replaces Withered Chica, which is interesting. We will check all these out in just a moment. So with 5 minutes into the video, 5 nights, let's just let's just get everything sorted and check these guys out real quick. So, look at the game capture, and there we go, and boom. So Sun and Moon, and then we have Withered Freddy, and then we have Flumpty. The FNAF 4 options for the brightest background, and we'll hop in. We might try and complete the night, or we might just check them out. We will see. Depends on, you know, if we have any interruptions from DD or any other UC and Texmod glitches or whatnot, which doesn't seem to be the case. So right now we have Withered Freddy. We can put that there. We can also look for Flumpty on the cams, because one of the Trash in the Gang renders will be on the cams, or not yet, I guess. Oh, there he is. I think that's Flumpty from Flumpty's 2. I want to say. I'm trying to remember which Flumpty poses are from which. So I think. So we have Moon. Not bad of an animation. We'll have to look at Sun's animation in a second. But the Freddy's still climbing through the vents. Speaking of Dee Dee. So there's the Flumpty cam render. We haven't seen the one. Oh, down here. Here he is. And now someone has been added. Figure out who. Oh, whether Freddy was stopped. Don't know who was added. Whoever was added, I don't think they're a major threat. We don't want to see Sun's render. So hopefully Sun shows up. Oh, we're in the double DD spawn. We're gonna get more Flumpty though, I guess. I saw Flumpty doing the... Oh, Music Man's here. Oh, and Mangle's here now. Well, this has just become quite the night. Now I really have to be watching the vents. Well, this is quite the roster. Characters. Oh, well, yeah. I guess we are going to survive the night, now that we've had some interesting changes to our gameplay. And we'll get the jump scares after. Is that Moon? Yeah, Moon. Haven't seen much of the Flumpty again. I'm zero flame. I think I was zero frame flipping there for a minute. there's Flumpty on the cams one more time, I guess. I was really trying to see if we're gonna get them in the office one more time. I don't think so though, because the night's gonna end. They literally spawned right as it turned 6 a.m. Also, thanks Texmod. Thanks Texmod again. So our score got boosted to 940 because Mangle's on 5 and Music Man was on 9. So that was quite the challenge, and we did see most of the characters in action. So we're just gonna load in, we're gonna get the jump scares, then I'm gonna give them a little review, and then that wraps up the video. You know, just your standard UCN mod video on the channel. You know, I'll make the thumbnail afterwards and everything, and yeah, we'll just see who gets us first. Freddy's probably gonna take the longest, but we also have the vent render we haven't seen. I guess Moon's gonna get us first, so let's get Moon's jump scare. Okay, kind of a static jump scare. Seems like most of the animation was saved for just the head bobble when they move in. So that's something to note. We probably get Sun next, and then we can probably just keep trying to get Flumpty until Freddy eventually gets us. So yeah. So I think this is a Flumpty's 2, maybe Flumpty's 3 pose for Flumpty. I know one of the jump scares that we got from Flumpty when he was down in the corner was Flumpty's 2 because he was covering his eyeballs like he does in the door. Speaking of Flumpty. So yeah, there might be a couple Flumpty's 3 renders in here for Flumpty actually, which is kind of neat. Oh, come on. I really want to waste DD repels. Oh, well, Freddy's stuck in the vents. That's Freddy's vent pose. I didn't think he was actually in that kill state yet. Well, I guess Sun's gonna get us for a minute. Sun's also a shaking PNG, but his movement is almost similar to Moon's with the rattling head and torso. Oh, Rockstar Bonnie got added. Alright, now we just get Freddy. So, Freddy time. We get to have Freddy just get to the vent. I will say, Withered Freddy going over Withered Chica is interesting, because Withered Freddy does not vent at all in FNAF 2 that he originates from. But I also think it kind of feels fitting to have Withered Freddy replace one of the Withered animatronics. He could have either replaced Withered Bonnie or Withered Chica, so I guess that worked in a sense. I do like the vent render. We're gonna see it again when he gets here. But I did like the vent render. It looked really good. The head render looks good. I don't know if that's like his actual like FNAF 2 like custom icon, or if that's like a model. That one of those poses right there for Flumpty definitely looked like Flumpty's 3. So yeah. So this Flumpty mod takes a lot of Flumpty's renders from all of his appearances. So I guess that's good.
Yeah, we heard lies. So I do you a favor.
Hey, over here. Get closer.
So I do like the Freddy render. It looks a little wonky, I might admit, but it's certainly, I guess, you know, it does fit the bill of replacing with a Chica. All right, so with it, I did see a glimpse of probably the OG UCN Withered Chica jump scare in there. It also looks like that is Withered Freddy's jump scare from FNAF 2, almost copy pasted into UCN. So I guess that is something to note. But yeah, so we'll turn Flumpty off, and actually let me just turn all the mods back on, I guess, for the like little, I guess, review section. So Flumpty, I think, is a pretty solid mod. He plays Trash in the Gang, so he's an easy character to mod. And again, I think all the poses work pretty well for Trash in the Gang's like little troll jump scares and everything. So, and Flumpty is an interesting pick to have replace Trash in the Gang, so it does work. So I do like that. Sun and Moon, having them replace Toy Bonnie and Chica is interesting choice, but I guess it was good to pair them up. So you could have either paired them up with with Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica or Nightmare Fredbear. I think having them set up as a pair that isn't like BB or JJ does work. So that is pretty good. I don't think it would have worked as well either if it was like Bonnie and Foxy. So I guess I think these were ultimately the best choice. The animations that they have are pretty, that's, typical UCN style, like some kind of static jump scares. So like the jump scare wasn't anything too crazy. I think that the more animation they have is they're like head bobbing as they're coming into the office when you put on the mask to prevent them from killing you. So I do like that. I think that has a charm to it. And with Freddy, as I was talking about towards the end of this, before this review section, I do like the concept of him replacing one of the Wizards. So him over Withered Chica does kind of work. The vent pose, like I said, it looks a little goofy, but it does, I think, try the best to replicate Withered Chica's stuck pose, and the head icon for the vent works. And while his jump scare is almost kind of ripped from FNAF 2 and also has like a slight bug with you can still see like a frame or two of Withered Chica's regular UCN jump scare, I guess it works for what the mod creator was trying to do, so I give them props for that. So I think I'll give Sun and Moon like a 7 out of 10. Flumpty also like either a 7 out of 10 or a 7.5 because he's like more of like a silly, like easy, non-lethal character. Withered Freddy, I'll give like a 5.5 or a 6 because I do like the execution of the mod. There's just a couple of minor nitpicks. Same goes with Sun and Moon. That's why I'm giving them a 7. I have like just a couple of minor nitpicks with them. Flumpty's pretty good. So I guess like I said, a 7, maybe an 8. I don't want to give them like a full 10 though. But for these mods, they are pretty good. So if you want to play them for yourself, definitely try and play them for yourself. I will be linking them in the description down below. And obviously with that, that's where we end the video. So if you have enjoyed, do leave a like, comment, subscribe, very much appreciated. Hit the bell to be notified when I come back to do more UCN on the channel, whether it's, Texmod mods like this, returning to FNAF UCN Expanded, any other UCN mods out there, or, just playing some other UCN fan games for like Fan Game Friday or something. You'll have to wait and see, but for now, this has been a fun little video. I'll have fun creating a thumbnail for this after the video is over and, before the video releases, so stay tuned to see what makes into the thumbnail. But with that being said, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys on the flip side, and until next time, I'll see you soon for something else, everybody.